Hey everybody, my name is Bobby. This is Nico. Welcome to Mile High Church. Thank you so much for spending part of your weekend with us, especially if you're new. Our vision, Oneness Revealed, a world of love, peace, and abundance for all. Our mission, to serve as a spiritual beacon for personal empowerment and global enlightenment. Before we get started today, we want to give you a look at a few things coming up around Mile High Church for you and your family. Explore the wisdom and healing rituals of Celtic spirituality. Join Zamira Jazwierska for this class starting this Thursday. Discover how Celtic spiritual traditions can be relevant to your spiritual practice. And join Dr. Leah Hahn next Sunday for Healing from the Inside Out, a transformative Sunday workshop. Enhance your mind-body connection to create lasting and embodied change with ease.
Mile High Church is so honored to be having a guest professor. His name is Arthur Jones, and he wrote a book called Wade in the Water. It's about the wisdom of the spirituals. These were the songs and a philosophy that was created by people enslaved in early America that ultimately gave birth to the soul of our nation. And this is a 7-week class. It's not just about Black history. It's not just about interfaith history. It's about how to live a resilient life. And I'm so grateful to Arthur. If you go to our classes page, you can learn more and register.
For more information about anything you've heard today, stop by the Event Center or connect with us online at milehighchurch.org. Can you say org?
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Mile High Church. And guess what? We've had a bunch of guest artists so far this year, and we have another today. And I think she's the best. It's just my vote. Jessie Powers. Amazing singer-songwriter. Her voice is like ambrosia. It's so, so good. I just love your voice. And she's a kind of a neat person, too. She's fun to be around. She's funny. She can do voices.
I can do plenty of voices, Tom. That's true.
Lots of voices she can do. And so please, warm welcome for Jessie Powers.
Thank you so much. Well, good morning. I'm so excited to be here with you again. This is one of my favorite songs to wake up to on a Sunday morning. And it's not just because I wrote it, but you have a part here. And it goes like this. On the count of 3, I want you to muster your most primal, powerful, satisfying, Yes, great. So now we'll do it on 3. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yes.
That's perfect.
Very good.
Okay. All right, right here.
Oh, I like this already. I wake up early to the morning sun. I don't know how it does it every day. It rises up and then it falls again. Born only to die away. Look in the mirror and I see myself. I don't know how I do it every day. Standing on this big blue rock, not knowing what I'm doing here. Still believing there's a reason, keep on keeping on my way. Each time I open my eyes, that's when I get to decide how I'm gonna show up and show out in this life. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Everybody get up. That was so good. beautiful day. Yes, it is. Everybody get up. Oh, 'cause it's a beautiful day. Yeah, yeah. Everybody get up. Oh, 'cause it's a beautiful day. Everybody get up. Oh, 'cause it's a beautiful Thank you for following instructions. You all did, in fact, get up. Thank you.
Jesse Powers, everyone, we're so grateful. Tom Litch on the orchestration over there. Mile High Band. I will pause for applause. Oh, hey, that rhymes. Good morning and welcome to Mile High Church. We're so grateful to have everyone here in our sanctuary on this beautiful spring day. So grateful for everyone online here. Sunday mornings, what we do, we celebrate life no matter what. We say yes to life no matter what. As we sometimes repeat at the end of our service, we celebrate our lives just the way that it is and just the way that it is not. And we're so glad you're here this morning, and all of us are participating in spiritual, courageous living. If you're new to Mile High Church, we have a vision and mission we love to recite each week. It's coming up on the screens. If you want to say it along with me, it goes like this. Our vision, oneness revealed, a world of love, peace, and abundance for all. And our mission, to serve as a spiritual beacon for personal empowerment and global enlightenment. Before we move into our spiritual practice this morning, I just want to identify something we light every week here at Mile High Church. We call it our peace candle. And we only have an hour together, and every week we can't always mention all those things going on in the world that hurt our hearts. And yet we hold a prayerful awareness for all of those places in the world where we see great conflict. We remember Ukraine, we remember Israel, we remember Gaza, we think of the women and good men of Afghanistan, all over the world. And what I love about our teaching is we hold not just as a political belief, but as an article of faith, that every individual, their divine birthright is dignity, equality, and most especially freedom and liberty. And so our hearts surround all of those who seek to create this for themselves through knowledge of the deep truth of our humanity. So with that, let us take a deep breath as we move into this time of song, of stillness, and of prayer.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence God is in this place.
We come together in this beautiful, sacred sanctuary that we call Mile High Church, knowing that that power that is greater than we are is right here in this building and within each person, within the sound of my voice. Knowing that God is all there is, no matter what appearances are to the contrary in this world that we humans inhabit. That we remember the oneness, the allness, the great joy we have in our humanity, and we gather together knowing that in spite of differences, each one of us contains a spark of God. And that spark is what unites us no matter what. What gives us the strength to step into all kinds of circumstances and gives us the kindness, the calmness, the sweetness to love each other in spite of differences. I am so thankful to know this. I am so thankful to know that God continues to love each one of us, that God continues to guide each one of us, whether we open to it or not, that God is always that force moving and having its way. And I'm thankful to know that. I'm thankful for this community that is here this morning and that is joining us online, that they can feel that absolute essence of God in this service and then take that out into the world to be beneficial presence. Thank you, God. And so it is.
Let the light come through. Like a door wide open. Let it all be new. All that once was broken. Let the light come through. Like a hearth in winter. Let it fill the room. tender. It lives in me, it lives in you. So let the light come through. Let the light come through. Like a sacred morning, all hope renewed. See the world transforming, illuminate the places in the dark, and let your life be like a blazing star. Remember that the light is where you are. It lives in me, it lives in you. So let the light come through. Let the light come through. There's no need for hiding. It was always you. Ever golden shining, illuminate the places in the dark, and let your life be like a blazing star. Remember that the light is where you are. It lives in me, it lives in you. It lives in me, it lives in you. It lives in me, it lives in you. So let the light come through.
We represent the women of Sacred Sisters Ministry here at Mile High Church.
Today, we have a reading connected to the topic of the message, and in honor of the Divine Feminine, a reading about the awakening of wise women.
From the author unknown, self-love, self-respect, self-worth. There is a reason they all start with self. You cannot find them in anyone else.
And from Andrew Harvey, the future of the world depends upon the full restoration of the sacred feminine in all of its tenderness, passion, divine ferocity, and surrendered persistence.
All right, if you're not awake already, it's time. This song is called I'm Awake. Yes. Here we go. I've been running up this road for far too long, doing just what I was told, trying to do no wrong. But it became quite evident that I would never get it right. So now I'm guided by the fire inside. I pledge allegiance to the light. I'm awake. I won't go to sleep. I give to the light my soul to keep. I'm awake. I won't go to sleep. sleep, yeah, I've been up all night. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep. I give to the light my soul to keep. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep, 'cause I've been up all night. She's a friend of mine, and it's true, once you've been through the darkest night, you find it's the punchline to a godly joke, and there's no need to close your eyes. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep. I give to the light my soul to keep. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep, 'cause I've been up all night. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep. I give to the light my soul to keep. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep, 'cause I've been up all night. Give a hand to Stu. All right, now this part, y'all repeat after me. Ready? Here we go. Everybody say, hey.
Hey!
It's time to wake up.
It's time to wake up.
Let's play.
Let's play.
We gotta move.
We gotta move.
Say, hey.
Say, hey.
It's time to shake up.
It's time to shake up.
'Cause we got nothing to lose.
Nothing
Let's do it again. Say, hey.
Hey.
It's time to wake up.
It's time to wake up.
Let's play.
Let's play.
We gotta move.
We gotta move.
Everybody say, hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
It's time to shake up.
Time to shake up.
And we got nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep. I give to the light my soul to keep. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep. Yeah, I've been up all night. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep. I give to the light my soul to keep. I'm awake, I won't go to sleep, 'cause I've been up all night. Yeah, I've been up all night. I've been up all night. I'm awake. Thank you.
Jessie Powers, everyone. She's one of the premier artists in our New Thought movement, and so much more. And you've got a wonderful table out there with wonderful music. Did I see T-shirts too?
Yes, sweaters.
Sweaters.
All kinds of cozy, soft things. Come and get them, please.
Awesome. And we support and are so grateful for your ministry of music and everywhere you share it.
Thank you.
Bijou, Mike, Stu, Rob, Tom, so grateful for them. Hey, Barry Ebert's in the house. Don't we love Barry Ebert here? I'm grateful for you and all you do to support our spiritual community, Barry. That beautiful woman next to you, too. Yes. Hey, we have a Wednesday night service again. It's called Midweek Renewal. It's meditation starts at 6:40 in the vote. It's Ash Wednesday, so we're going to do an Ash Wednesday ritual, and I will try to not make a mess with the ashes, but if there's something you want to release or let go of, show up. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, shared a novel idea. He said, why not fast on the idea of lack and feast on the idea of abundance? Why not fast on the idea of lack and feast on the idea of abundance? No more anger sandwiches. But how might your week be different if it was free of negativity, pessimism, judgment, blame towards others or yourself? Probably be a pretty darn good week. And what if instead your heart and mind focused on prosperity, on possibility, on the richness of life, of saying, God, I am so thankful to be alive. Let's fast on lack and feast on abundance. A well-balanced spiritual diet. That being said, I've been practicing this teaching for 30 years, believe it or not. And I have learned that fasting on lack is harder than it sounds. See, it's not just negative thinking. Sometimes it's negative feeling. Sometimes the negativity has become a part of the marrow of my self-image. It can invade my self-worth so much so that what I think is abundance is actually my lack. And what I associate with lack, if I could just embrace it, could actually be the pathway to my abundance and prosperity. Think positive, but also have the courage to bring a deeper awareness to the many layers of yourself, to remove the layers of not self we have allowed to become within us that keep us from the glory of being who and what we are. Thus, my message for you this morning, what is your worth worth? What is your worth worth? How do you define your worth? Many of us define our worth based upon how much we accumulate. How much money is in my bank account? How's my portfolio looking? Oh, I got to get that newest iPhone. That video game comes out on Friday. I got to get it on day one. Got to accumulate. St. George Carlin described this as our stuff. Famously, he said, a house is just a pile of stuff with a cover on it. You can see that when you're taking off in an airplane. You look down, you see everybody's got a little pile of stuff. All the little piles of stuff. And when you leave your house, you got to lock it up. Wouldn't want somebody to come by and take some of your stuff. They always take the good stuff. They never bother with that crap you're saving. All they want is the shiny stuff. That's what your house is, a place to keep your stuff while you go out and get more stuff. I like that we have a biblical memory of George Carlin here at Mile High Church. When I think of what it means to me to be abundant, I think of waking up and thinking about what I want to do and doing just that. I think of not having to worry about spending. I think about doing fun things for me, helping people that I love, sharing of that wealth. And that's a wonderful thing. And yet there can be a shadow side to that. Because I can also look at those areas of my life where I spend, and I do so from a place of wanting to cover up my inner sense of poverty. I can think of buying for someone I care about, who I know deep down loves me, but I know I'm buying that because there's a part of me that feels unworthy and wants to buy their love. There can be a shadow side to this stuff. I grew up in a family, there were 6 of us. Maybe you did too in a similar way. If you would have given us $20 on Friday, we would have made it through, had $0 on Monday. We could get by. But also, if you gave us $2,000 on Friday, we more than likely would have $0 on Monday as well. See, there's something about getting a little bit of money and we want to spend it right away. I'm still like that. It's payday. I want to go out to dinner. I don't care if dinner's ready. Kids, get in the car. We're going to Olive Garden. And it's an innocent, but it comes from this place within me that feels impoverished. And even if I feel like the richest man in the world for an hour, I'm going to do it. Right? What's your worth worth? Who is the richest person of all time? George Bailey's the richest man in Bedford Falls, but who's the richest person of all time? I have a nominee for you. St. Francis of Assisi. The richest man of all time, St. Francis of Assisi. Born of means, St. Francis read the Gospels, and he came upon the Gospel of Matthew, where Jesus says, "Is not life more important than food, and the body more important than clothes? Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Who of you, by worrying, can add a single hour to his life?" Stop nagging me, Jesus. It gets in there sometimes. St. Francis decided to take a vow of poverty. He would release and let go of all that he had accumulated to rely fully and completely on God. St. Francis and the brothers were on a long fast, and in the middle of the night, one of the brothers started to weep. He was so hungry. And St. Francis decided that all of the brothers would wake up and they would eat together. St. Francis was once walking by a fountain surrounded by birds, and he quietly whispered to them, "May the peace of the Lord be upon you." And he had, those good animal vibes that makes him not want to run away. He was in that flow, and this became known as the Sermon of the Birds, and this is why we know St. Francis as the patron saint of animals. Later in his life, it was very cold outside, and there was a beggar who was freezing, and St. Francis gave his coat to him. And the brothers became worried about St. Francis, and they said, "We've got to get that coat back." But St. Francis insisted that they pay the man for the coat. That is what abundance and prosperity means to me. The ability to be present enough with compassion and to care for those around me. It's the ability to feel one with and not outside of nature, to enjoy hanging out with the birds. It's the ability to remember generosity and charity in all things. That is what it means to be rich and prosperous. One of St. Francis's prayers goes like this: "Most high, glorious God, enlighten the darkness of my heart and give me true faith, certain hope, and perfect charity. Give me perception and knowledge, Lord, that I might carry out your holy and true command." Now, we religious scientists, we are not a poverty people. We're the abundance people. And yet, I want to encourage us today to take a vow of abundance that integrates the best of the spirit of the vow of poverty. And the first vow that I invite you to join me in accepting is, I enjoy more in less. I enjoy more in less. Will you say that with me? I enjoy more in less. There's such thing as too much abundance. Right? God, when I prayed for abundance, I didn't mean 10 pounds. Right? God, when I prayed for abundance, I didn't mean a to-do list longer than I am. I didn't mean this sense of the world on my shoulders, this overwhelm. There's such thing as too much abundance. What would it mean this week to do things a little differently? Instead of going to the grocery store, let's make a commitment to cook each night with the existing ingredients in our home. Let's sit down with the family and have a slowest eater competition. Walk out of your door and take a walk without any set preset destination. Experience the more in less. Eric Butterworth had a great affirmation. He said, I establish myself in the limitless substance of God, and I have abundance. Can you say that with me? I establish myself in the limitless substance of God, and I have abundance. You can do that at Ruth's Chris. You can assert that at Taco Bell. All you have to do is assert and know that limitless substance of God is right where you are, and you have abundance. In the largeness and vastness of our lives, yet more importantly, in this moment, looking at your hand, eating a tortilla chip. In that moment, the whole world belongs to you. Many of us equate our worth with how much we've accumulated. Others of us associate it with our accomplishments, our titles, our licenses, our certifications. Do you know who I am? My name is Reverend Josh Reeves. I went to the Hogwarts School of Ministry where I mastered in consciousness studies. Please don't ask me what that means. I minored in hugging. Dr. Michelle teaches a wonderful hugging class at the school. She is a great hugger. And titles, licenses, certificates are wonderful. They are keys that unlock the doors to so many opportunities. I wouldn't be standing before you getting to share if I hadn't gone to ministerial school. And yet, there can be a shadow in that for me. That I want you to know who I think I want to be. And I don't want to show you who I really am. I want to build up this idealized self because there's a part of me that lacks the self-worth to be fully transparent with you about who I am. What is your worth? I have a dear colleague in the ministry. His name is Reverend Stephen Rambo. He spoke here a couple years ago. And I was assigned to be his mentee when he became a minister, and I immediately got a big brother. So grateful for my relationship with Stephen. And we got to talking one day, because we talk quite regularly. And we were talking about slowing down. We were talking about accepting ourselves in the moment. We were talking about living in the flow and how we were both, even though we're at different ages, struggling to get there. And he shared with me that it's so hard for him because of the tape that he was brought up with growing up black. He still is, the last time I checked. The message was, you have to work twice as hard to get half as much. In life, Stephen, you have to work twice as hard to get half as much. And that was true to his experience in the world, but it made him so driven. So go out there and get it. So work, that when the calling is to cease that work, to put the drive away and enjoy the ride, he struggled. We both know that essential to successful ministry, and I'm sure work as well, is that our way of work must be a reflection of our way of life, our practice, our sense of balance, our self-care. When it's the other way around, when our way of life is a reflection of our work, we get burnt out. We have to confront that part of ourself that won't accept itself just being who it is. And thus, the second vow of abundance I invite us into today. Being myself is enough. Being myself is enough. Tom Waits said, me and myself, we get along so well, I can't believe it. Being yourself is enough. If you don't already journal, I invite you into a practice of journaling this week. I hate journaling. I bore myself, but I do it anyways. Sometimes I make a little list. What I will remember about today. What are 3 things that I'm grateful for today? What are 3 things I want to be grateful for tomorrow? Josh, and I will say my name, what do you need right now? And how can you provide it to yourself? For a lot of us, there's something missing in our lives. A feeling, an essence, a soul. Do you know what it is? It's you. If there's something missing from your life, it's probably you. A further expression of your own depth and soul. You don't need anything to be with what that self is. We can practice what Maria Montessori taught about children. She encouraged them to make silence. We can do that while we're cooking, while we're drawing or painting, while we're picking up in the yard. Just make silence. And it calls forth our essence, our soul, the most abundant thing and prosperous thing any of us will ever have in our lives. That sense of soul. It helps us, again, see ourselves as a part of nature instead of outside looking in, saying, oh my God, these calendar days just keep whooshing by. Where did the time go? Where have I been? Wayne Mueller, in his excellent book, Sabbath, shares, we do not gauge the value of the seasons by how quickly they progress from one to the next. Every season brings forth its bounty in its own time, and our life is richer when we can take the time to savor the fruit of each. In the fall, we chop and carry our wood, gather the harvest, rake leaves, prepare our home for winter, and give thanks. In winter, we are dormant, a time for quiet generosities and reflection on the endurance of inner light in the midst of darkness. In spring, we prepare the soil for planting. We prune what has been lost or dried up. We feed the soil and plant what is needed and take delight in the flower. In summer, we tend to the garden, watch for weeds, and crossing thin what needs air and sun, at rest in the freedom of long days and warm nights, losing ourselves in the gift of sweet air and time. Lose yourself in the gift of sweet air and time. One more thing for enjoying being yourself. Turn those little annoyances that come up in your daily life into opportunities to be yourself. Because we all know, for the most part, what those little annoyances aren't really annoying at all. They're the thing that is keeping us from the engine of keeping that artificial self going, because it's keeping us from getting where we think we need to be. I had my car stolen in August. That sucked. And I went out and got a 2016 Subaru Forester, which makes me officially a Coloradan. And it has one problem. The key gets stuck in the ignition. So the first couple months of having it, I go, oh, darn it, I got to get somewhere. What is going on? Moving the wheel, in and out of park, just losing my mind. And I know I should probably go to the mechanic, but I am a minister and I like to talk about these things in sermons. But I learned that if I just keep the car running for 30 seconds, the key comes right out. And so what was a frustrating and annoying, don't you know I am so important and have somewhere to be experience becomes 30 seconds of self-love. 30 seconds of taking deep breaths. 30 seconds of listening to a favorite song come to its crescendo and completion instead of cutting it off in the middle. What a terrible sin that is to do to a great Van Morrison song. And it allows me to be myself. Turn those little annoyances into opportunities to care for yourself and to give yourself what you need, even if that's only to articulate what it is. There's one more area of worth and value I want to touch upon, and it has to do with relationships. It has to do with the eyes that we live in, with those who we love and those who love us. I am the richest person I know because of the quality of my relationships. I am the richest person I know because of the quality of my relationships. Stephen Ramble, wow, am I blessed to have a relationship with him. Hundreds of you right here today, how lucky I am. And I know we are all very unique and special, but it is true in my experience that some people are a little bit more unique and special than others. But back to that shadow of worth. What I have learned in my life is that I need to embrace the understanding that I am not who I love. I am who loves me. I am not who I love. I am who loves me. And it has been better for me to not seek to live in the eyes of those who I love, but to live in the vision of those who see, love, and adore me. Now, I may be the only one who has made a habit in his life from time to time of loving people and seeking love from people who are incredibly lovable, but not love-able. Who may be able to receive love from you, but unable to reciprocate it in return. Not because there's anything wrong with them, but where they're at their point in consciousness. And when I look back at my life, there's a couple different narratives. There's the narrative of spending time seeking to be loved by those who I, for some reason, want to love me. I won't even get into the analysis there. And living that life in the vision and the eyes of the people who love and care about me the most. Looking back, I sure do wish I did not spend those 3 years chasing that goth girl and had more hamburgers and milkshakes with my dad. See, this perception has been important for me because it defines focusing and experiencing what matters most in life. And this leads me to the last vow, which is to first think about that from time to time. Am I living in the eyes of those who love me or in the perceived eyes of somebody else? But most importantly, in the spiritual sense, am I living in the vision that God sees me in? Am I living in those sacred eyes that are the very vehicle of my beautiful becoming? And that leads me to this last vow, which is to remember I am always on the mind of God. I am always on the mind of God. Will you say that with me if you're up for it? I am always on the mind of God. Even when I have forgotten, God remembers. God, I did it again. I woke up and I thought of something other than you. Instead of doing what I know is most important to me, which is to get that cup of coffee and sit down in my chair with a good book and start thinking about you immediately, I forgot. I picked up that freaking phone. I started thinking about my bank account. I started thinking about that frustrating conflict I had with so-and-so yesterday. And I forgot you, God. When we were younger, we may have written a poem, and I may have written this to that goth girl I was telling you about. You are my first thought when I wake up in the morning, and the last thought I think about before I go to bed at night. This is true of the Spirit about you. You are the first thought God has in the morning, and the last she has when she slumbers and rests at night. God may not always be on your mind, but you are always on the mind of God. And what that means is that there is no moment where you are not beloved. There is no experience where you are not held. There is no challenge or opportunity that does not hold within its splendor the inspiration to become that which you are. We are that loved. We are that held. life is that meaningful that in this very moment, to welcome ourselves back into that mind of spirit that always holds the most sacred vision for us, it gives us everything we need to face whatever may be in our days, months, and years. Moving to prayer this morning, I invite any of our stupendous prayer practitioners to stand and join me. They're available for prayer after service here in the Mile High Sanctuary. And so I remember these vows today, these vows that are statements of my worthiness, my life worthiness, my love worthiness, my play and joy worthiness. I embrace more and less. I enjoy being myself. I am always on the mind of God. That mind uplifts, it unfolds, and it reveals as we welcome ourselves into a sacred vision. It propels each and every one of us into greater degrees of becoming, transparency, acceptance, and willingness. The things that Spirit and we have to do together to cultivate, to co-create, to bring forth are so grand. As we know our own worth, we reveal the great treasures of our life. If we deny that worth, the treasures remain buried. And so feasting on this idea of abundance, that all we will ever need is in our own soul, we invite the treasures, the gifts of life to come forward through the great sacrament of our own becoming, knowing that this leads to a sense of eternal connection, of inspired joy, and of an unconditioned peace that holds us so sweetly, and reminds us that at the level of the heart, sanctuary is all there is. May we rest there, dear children of the beloved, and allow that love to fill our lives so hugely that we can never step outside of it. And so it is. Amen.
Let the light come through. There's no need for hiding. It was always you. Ever golden shining, illuminate the places in the dark, and let your life be like a blazing star. Remember that the light is where you are. It lives in me, it lives in you. So let the light come through.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Jesse. As we move into our time of offering today, I'm so grateful for the Sunday volunteers that create this sanctuary for us. The sanctuary isn't a building, it's an energy and consciousness that's created. And so if you usher here, if you greet here, if you're in our welcome center, we're all part of the sacred task of seeing the divine and celebrating in each person that comes into this place. So just know to our volunteers, we are so grateful to you for all that you do for us. And you're nice about it too. So as we give this day, let's make sure we are giving from that place of prosperous abundance within us. We give in such a way that we know that there is more where that came from, and we open up to experience that prosperity in all areas of our lives. Thanks for supporting the amazing Mile High Church. There's an offering blessing we can say together. It goes like this. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is.
Well, I've had such a fun time here with you this morning, and I will be signing off today with a big dose of joy. So feel free to dance. You know I love that. And let's be joyful together. Cool? Cool. I don't need a reason, I don't need a why to make my day go right. Flowing with the seasons, falling winter freezing, spring and summer sunlight. It doesn't matter what is going on outside. In here I'm the master, I decide. So today I'm feeling J-O-Y. Why? Because I want to. Feeling J-O-Y. Why? Because I want to. I don't need another reason to feel good about my life. Feeling because I want to, because I want to, hey, because I want to. You call it a roadblock, I call it a sock hop. Watch me rock my way around. Just because it's big doesn't mean it's bad. Misunderstood wolf wouldn't swallow me down. Don't wanna be a queen, afraid of her own crown. My reign begins right now, and today I'm feeling J-O-Y. Why? Because I want to. J-O-Y-Y, because I want to. I don't need another reason to feel good about my life. Feeling J-O-Y-Y, because I want to. Say it, because I want to. Oh, because I want to. I feel joy when I'm happy. I feel joy when I'm sad. I feel joy in the apathy. I feel joy when I watch myself get mad. I feel joy when I'm happy. I feel joy when I'm sad. So if you're feeling empty, fill it up, 'cause there's joy to be had. 'Cause there's joy to be had. 'Cause there's joy to be had. I feel joy when I'm happy. I feel joy when I'm sad. I feel joy in the apathy. I feel joy when I watch myself get mad. I feel joy when I'm happy. I feel joy when I'm sad. So if you're feeling empty, fill it up, 'cause there's joy to be had. 'Cause there's joy to be had. 'Cause there's joy to be had. There's joy to be had, 'cause there's joy to be had. Woo! Thank you so much, and thank you so much to this amazing band. Y'all are so lucky to have them every single Sunday.
Wow. Thank you so much. And please go out into the lobby. There's a table that Jessie has, and I think they're going to put her website up on the screen for you if you'd like to get to her from there. You really want to do that, don't you? He's so helpful. He really is. I appreciate that. If you are here for the first time, please stop by, if you're here in the room, at our Welcome Center, which is just in the center of the lobby. You will get a nice gift, and there are some free things like 10% off for a class and 10% off in our store. So please stop by, and I'll be there to greet you. Our practitioners are down front, please. If you have any need, if you want to make that connection with God, come down here with our practitioners and they'll help you do that. And online, you can do that on our website.
Jackie, as you know, we have great classes coming up in March, Celtic Spirituality, Wade in the Water on the Spirituals, and you're teaching a class called Rendezvous with God.
Rendezvous with God. And what I loved was part of your message was exactly that. If you want to learn how to have that rendezvous with God in your spiritual practices, you need to take this class. It's only a 3-week class. It starts October the 11th, which is a Tuesday, and it will really start putting October. I have this October thing. March. Don't wait till October. March. So on March 11th, please come by, sign up. I understand, I'm not sure our Learn Worlds is working right now, but do sign up because, you know, it's really a different way to look at your relationship with God.
Thank you, Jackie. Yeah, you can sign up in person. There's an online issue, so you can register tomorrow. We want you to know, too, we have a wonderful group here called Business Honoring Spirituality. They meet every other week. They have some great events coming up, including Dr. Michelle presenting on the Enneagram. And if you're a spiritually minded business person, this is a great group to be a part of. We're so grateful for them. Lastly, there's a kirtan on Friday night here at 7 p.m. That's interfaith devotional singing. So it's a wonderful spiritual experience that joins the Mira and the great team over there in the vote. With that, if you'd like, stand and we'll say a benediction together before we sing the peace song. Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind, my body, and all that I do. I give thanks for it, and I accept it just the way that it is, and just the way that it is not. Thank you, life.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Happy Sunday, everybody.